Slides. For today's session, we're going to talk about Google Slides. And then, God willing, next week, Tuesday, we'll be talking about week 3, session 2. So, week 3, session 1. Session 2 is Google Forms. So, Google Forms will be on next week. Week 3, session 1 is on Google Slides. Yes. So, let me share my screen so that we can be able to start right away. Others will join us along the way. Okay, and then we'll be able to follow on the recording. So, are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, thank you. So, today's session, we'll be talking about Google Slides. And so, for Google Slides, we use it mostly in communication, but mainly for presentation. Like developing things like pitch decks, or just any presentation that you have is good to use this Google Slides. More of like PowerPoint for Microsoft products. So yeah, so week 3 will be on digital communication and presentation tools. So we'll be talking about Google Slides and Google Forms, but Google Forms will come in the next session. So we'll be talking about Google Slides, a creative way of creating impactful presentation. And it's good to keep your presentation simple and not complicated as such, but you can be creative at times so that you can impact the audience. However, don't lose the meaning of the presentation. So for this session, by the end of this session, learners should be able to create and format a professional presentation, apply some themes and layouts for visual appealing, insert images, things like videos, charts, tables, and transitions for your for your for your presentation. And then you should be able to collaborate with others in real time, the way we usually do when we create presentations. And then use best practices for digital presentations. So that's what we'll be looking at. And so for this session, we are going to have a step-by-step guide approach on how to develop a presentation. So as part of this, we'll go to slides.google.com, or when you have access to Google App Launcher, you can just go to the Google App Launcher and look for slides. You'll see there Google Slides. And then we'll now follow this guide on how to develop your presentation from scratch. So let's open slides.google.com. So I'll switch to my new window. Not really new window, but rather, so you can drop this and open here. So you can have an option of going here to the Google App Launcher, scroll down and look for slides. Or if you're using Chrome, if you're not using Chrome, then you can just type slides.google.com. Slides.google.com, and then you will open slides. And so here on your slides, you'll be able to see the recently slides that you have worked on, or you can view also templates here. Just from here, you can view templates that you can customize for quicker slides development. And then you can also start presentation from blank. So again, same as other Google Workspace products or applications, you will have presentation in different categories. For personal use, including weddings and so on. You will also have general presentations, which include things like recipe, portfolio, logbook, and so on. And then you will also have work. This will be like prototyping presentation, consulting presentation, a pitch, status reports, case studies, and so on. And even certificates. You can create design certificates with the presentation with slides. And then for educational purposes, you can be able to create lesson plan, book report, field trips, and so on. So this is more of just the same as other Google products that you have templates. So if you don't want to work on Google templates that are already here for you to customize, you can rather start from scratch. So starting from scratch requires you to click on blank presentation. So this blank presentation is the one that you click on and start developing your presentation from scratch. So when you click on blank presentation, again, doesn't mean that you have avoided templates. Again, you will see other templates this side. So you can still be able to pull some things from this side to your presentation. When you click on something, it will now be populated here. So like when I click on this, then that will mean now I can choose which slide do I want to insert to my presentation. And so this makes your development of slides quicker if you want to work with templates. If you want like this one, you just click on it and then it's already inserted. So you can be able to edit and customize it in the way you want. Put some information here, put some information here, and everything is editable now. If you don't want to do that, if you don't want to go with that direction, you can still close this template side and start from scratch by providing maybe the title and then give some subtitle of your first landing page or your first page of your presentation. So as we said, we'll just follow the guide. So we'll use this so that we can be able to know step-by-step approach. So first, once you open a new slide, you'll need to rename this from untitled presentation to the name of a presentation that you want to assign. Let me see if I created some case study so that we can be able to, before we go to a lot of things, an activity here on my digital skills journey. So let's name our presentation as my digital skills journey, and this will be a collaborative approach of learning, and I'll share this with all of us so that we can develop this together. So the first thing you do is to create a title of your presentation. You get not the title but rather the name of your presentation, and so the same can reflect the title of your presentation. And now, because this is a title of my presentation, let me remove this one, remove the italics, just paste the normal paste and make it bold, and then you can resize it to a font that looks like the title. And then yeah, so okay, so the first thing, you just put the title as this, so you can type instead of maybe pasting. You can just type my digital, but you can see this, my italic is active, so let me remove the italic, kill my italic, and then I can now just type my digital skills journey. So this is what we'll be collaborating on, all of us, so that by the end of this session we have at least developed a slide. Now, my digital skills journey, this is my first slide. This is what, when I want to present, someone will be able to see. Maybe I need to provide who is presenting, so I'll type here as a subtitle. Maybe presented by, let's say, Meshach. Presented by Meshach. And if you want to duplicate, for example, this section, you just click on it. You see, you just click on it and you right click, and so you can copy it and just paste it. Control V is the shortcut for pasting, but you can just again right click after copying and paste without using shortcut. And then now this one you can give it a date. Maybe today's date is 19th of June 2025. So this is how you can create your presentation, and you can drag some to resize your things, or you can also move elements from one position to another, just moving by dragging. So you'll have your slide presented by, and then you have the date. So you can call this maybe date, as simple as that. So that's how you create your first things. But before we go to now designing a presentation, we need to familiarize ourselves with the Google Slides. So we'll go back to the second presentation, which is about now familiarity with the Google Slides. So once you rename your presentation, you will now look at the slide structure and design. So add new slides icon. Add new slides icon is usually here at the top, this addition symbol. You can add a slide here. By clicking here, you will be able to add a new slide. Or you can still go to, if you want to insert some elements, you can do that, but you can still insert a new slide here. So you still have more options of how you can get slides to your presentation. Then apply layout. It's now things like title, and title body and section headers. Apply some themes, panel on. So all these other things you can be able to do once you have landed here. So once you have a page like this, you can go to background here. For example, if you want to change the background, you click on background and you can change the background color here. So here you can change the background color to what you want. So you say, what's my background color? Maybe my background color is deep blue. You click on the deep blue. And again, this will affect your font. So you are looking at the audience. Will people be able to read this? If people will not be able to read this, then you need to look at the color coding, the color codes that are compatible. For example, if I have a deep blue, then the best color that I can have here is white, the shiny color, so that it is easier to read. And sorry, this is for filling. So let me just take it back to, let me see, this is deep blue. I think it was deep blue, just this one. Yeah, so the color here, this one, not this border color. So here is the text color. A is the icon for text color. So you just click, you make it white. When you make it white, as you see, someone will not struggle reading. Someone will not struggle reading it loud. So I'll just drag this a little bit. So someone will not struggle reading these things loud. And that's what you want to communicate. This one also you need to change the color, and so because that is the case, then the color can be compatible that way, or you can choose another color here. But again, don't have a lot of colors in your presentation. You see now this one is shiny, but is at least readable. This is readable. So it also depends on the brand color for your organization. Brand color are sometimes reflected in the logos. Like for my case, I'm doing this because when you look at Beyond Data logo, has this kind of colors. So it has some white, has some blue, has black, has yellow. So I maintain my presentation to resemble Beyond Data as a brand. That's how we do to change the background color. You can change the themes, the theme So themes, you click on theme and you'll see some theme options here. This will mean we'll change everything. When I click on it, you'll see it's changing. My presentation has just changed suddenly by just clicking a theme on this other side. So if this makes you happy, proceed. So you'll use this as a theme. When you click on a new slide, it will come with that theme. So every time that theme will be adopted, and so on and so on. If you want again to change it to another theme, if you're already in another theme, it's still also simple. You don't have to go back. You just look for the theme that you look and feel comfortable with it. Or if you have your own theme, you can import here. So that's very important. So you can choose themes here, or you can go with your own theme. So transition is more of after one slide to another. How do you want to transition the slides to transition? Then you can also choose here how the slides you need them to transition. Maybe slide from left to right, and how long should it slide from right, and you can maybe play or apply to all slides. If you play, you can see that's how my presentation will be like. You can stop. So play and see how your presentation will be sliding. Stop. So it's as straightforward as that, or you can leave at none. It's not also good for you to have your presentation with a lot of effects, until now it loses the message. What is important is the message and not the design, the animation. You need it to communicate. So don't overdo your thing. So that's how you can add some transition. So we'll be seeing some of these things as we go on. So again, when you click on a new slide, you are now going to a new slide. You will see here an option for you to write your title and put the message here. If you want to subdivide this presentation to have here text and again here another text, you are also allowed to drag. You go to any point with this arrow, with these dots. That means you can drag now that way to a center position and duplicate this section, this text section. This is a text box. So you right click and copy it and paste. It will always come at the top of this other one. You can drag it and reposition this way. Right? So this way you can now have a text here, and a heading for your presentation. Is there a question or anything? Joined late, joining you late. Okay, sawa, thank you, Meshak. That's okay, so we'll proceed. Okay. Now, this is how you can create your presentation. So your presentation, you can give now a title here, give some messaging. If this is not relevant, you can still remove it, and just be creative. Now, we proceed with having a view. So we have seen how we can be able to have a background. In the background also, you can insert an image from your own images and make it a background of your image. Let me find out if I can bring an image in here, maybe even from online store, maybe from stock. Let me see, even from stock, and let's get an image and put it behind our slide. So let's click maybe, for example, on this image, and you can see this image is here. But now when you right click on this image, once you have an image here, you can right click it and do what? Set image as background. So when you click on set image as background, there you go. Your image has now been set as a background. And you can reposition this to somewhere at the top. And then again, now this coloring needs some kind of formatting so that it is still visible, and again these guys are also visible. So how do we usually improve, like combine some design and some effects? For example, we just need these words to be at the same position, but we need them to be readable. So we need to insert a shape here. We usually insert, for example, insert a shape, a simple shape. Let's see. Let's have a creative shape, but just a creative shape that we can use to just give. Let me see, like this one. Let me see how will it be like. Just here. But now this shape needs to go back, go behind. We need the text to come back at the front. So we send this back. So you right click, you send, we want this to send this shape back. So you right click and look for layers. Um, in most of the design tools, like for example Canva, you will have that option of just clicking, right clicking, and organizing your work in layers. I can see arrange this side, I can see order. You see at the top I can see arrange, so order, and then now I can send it backward once, again I send it backward twice, so that we can have zile walls zikuwe hapo. Yeah, so when you hover on these things, you can know what is it that is where. So when you're looking for something that you want to use, you can hover on these things and see um what can you get. What can you get when you hover on it? Let's see, formatting options. You can just check. Maybe you're looking for something like you want to minimize the transparency of the color of the button. Then you can also look for the specific thing you are looking for. So you just look slowly. You don't have to maybe master in the beginning that everything is at this point. So you just look for it. When you click on more here, you can see some other things that are there. So you just look at what am I looking for, and now be able to format the way you want. Sometimes even there's a lot of options when you right click, so you might be looking for something but it's in your right click. So again you can right click and check, what am I looking for? Is it even here? You just check. And some things are repetitive, so you don't have to worry. Even you can change the shape from this side. So you can change the shape from that side. You can again go to the format also. Again, you can see, you can access the format from this side. And this becomes very, very useful in your work. You can go to tools also. Just check, what do you have? What are you looking for, and where is it? You can see from this side. You can again change background. You can again do what repetitive things. On format, you have text format, you have alignment, and some things when you hover on them, you can know. In the insert, you can insert an image, you can have a text box, you can have shapes again, building blocks. You'll see what building blocks is. We have diagrams, so you can insert some diagrams to convey your information. So Google Slides is very powerful because it's online, and so it's easier for you to design what you wanted to design the way you want it. So it's just a matter of creativity. It's a matter of creativity. View also, you can see other options that you have on view, like that. On edit, what do I have under edit? The same way we just browsed all the other ones. Under file, what do I have? And so on and so on. So you just become creative, and by becoming creative, you will be able to know a lot from this. Okay, let's stop there, and now just remind ourselves what have we done. So we started by giving a general background with the color, but later on we inserted an image. And after inserting an image, we send it back of our first slide. The slide we started by putting a title and then put this some message. We just again inserted a shape just to help us be kind of creative. And then when you want to slideshow, you just click on slideshow here and your presentation will be ready. It is as if I took the whole day for me to create this. So that's a simple presentation. Let's stop there for this first page and go back. So what are we doing? Let's have a recap of what we have covered so far. So we started by just introducing what Google Slides is and what are our expectations by the end of this session. And then we introduce ourselves, how can we get to Google Slides? We have looked at some templates. How can we add a new slide? We have seen how we can write a title, the body, and then themes, where you can get themes, the background color. And so now we can proceed. You can even insert again text boxes at different positions. You can insert images the way we have seen, images from web or even images from your device, your local device. So let's explore insert, because I can see this section is talking about more of insert elements. So let's talk more of insert. So let's say we have added a new slide like this one. And let's remove this. Let's just remain with this one, because once you add a slide, you'll just have this. And let's talk about insert now. So when you go to insert, you are able to insert an image either from your computer, or from the stock web, or even from your drive, or even from the camera. So if you have a photo on your computer, you can just click on that, then select the photo that you want and then upload it. If you don't want to use that direction, then you can go with a free stock images like these ones. You can insert some animations even in your presentation. Just focus so that you don't lose the meaning. You can bring something like this. You can see creativity, and then you can drag. When you drag here, you will be equally minimizing the size of the image without distorting the image. But if you drag here, you will be distorting the image, because you are moving the image in only one. This is now horizontal. Is distorting the image. You can see this image is this kind of distorted. But if you want to maximize, you can just do that. Minimize, you can minimize like this so that it's small. Yeah. So it's just to be creative so that you don't lose the focus of the image. Okay. Then that's how you can insert an image from web, and even animation is the same thing. Just the same approach. You can bring an animation. Let's see. These are GIFs. So there's a lot that you can do. You can even bring them. Let's have something like this. You can just have this also. In your presentation. But now, as you can see, even if we enter into presentation mode, your animation is still playing. So that's how you insert an image. The next thing, insert text box. So this one helps you insert, for example, if you had this one alone and you want to insert a message at a particular point. So you just come to insert, click on text box. It will allow you to draw where you want to insert a message, even just here. And then now you are able to type your message. That's insert. Next, in the insert is shapes. We have seen how we can insert a shape. You see all these shapes. You just click on the shape. It will ask you where you can draw this shape. If you want an arrow, you can also do that. You can insert an arrow and it will ask you where to draw it. You can see. And you have your arrow. You can now paint your arrow by giving it some color that you want to give. What do you want on the background, on the border color, and so on and so on. That's how you insert a shape. So you can insert a shape, you can insert some callouts. Callouts are usually like a way of emphasizing on something. You can just do this and you are good to go. And maybe now once you have this, you can now insert your, you can now continue and insert your text here. You can insert your text here. So you'll come to this text, click on the text and write here. Just drag on the text box. This is the icon for inserting a text box, or you can insert it from this other side. Then from there, you just type your message that you have. If it's pricing, you can just write 30%. See? And now resize this a little bit. Resize this a little bit. You can even increase the font, make it bold, and increase the font and maximize this other. And change this color to black. And make it even more bigger. Make it more bigger. Let's say 60. Let's say 48. And take it down. So you become creative. So that's how you can insert shapes. On the insert, you can insert building blocks. So what are building blocks? How you want your page to be like. For example, there's an icon here also for you inserting building blocks. So when you click on it, you'll see what building blocks are. You have some things that are already pre-existing and you just want to edit and add some message to it so that you don't start yourself from scratch. For example, brand new. You can bring brand new. Brand new. Let's minimize this to 50. Minimize this to 50. 48 not bad, and then reposition. Let's reposition together with this. And then we can take this down. So sometimes you can again group the elements. So let's go that way. And you select, drag them at the same time. Hold shift, click on the two, drag them same time. Brand new, and then you can have your presentation. So you can add as many content as you want. And then there you go. This is the building blocks. So you can insert whatever you want, depending on the category of your building block. All right. Then from insert, you can insert diagrams. Let's say something like hierarchy. You can see built-in hierarchies that you can bring live to your presentation. So when you click on it, just click on it. It's here. Now you are able to edit this the way you want. And there you go. You can so it's distorting. Let me see. You can have like this. So let me just go to a blank, insert just a blank slide and add whatever hierarchy, and then you can edit it the way you want. So that's hierarchy. If you want to insert a different thing, you can also insert here a different thing. Let's say this is Sharon. Sharon, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, so I think I've seen some people dropping, joining, dropping, but no problem. Just continuing so that you can have the recording for those who totally missed. So I'm at a point where I'm talking about insert. So we have some flow here on how to go about. So I'm talking about insert in general. So just start from where I am, and the other things you'll get them along the way. So when you want to insert things like images, you can insert from here. If you want to access slides, we said you go to Google Apps and look for slides or slides.google.com and click blank. You will get untitled presentation. You can now give a title to your presentation. Were you able to create a new email?
I cleaned up my email. It's
Okay.
now okay.
So
Yeah.
let's see if we can share this so that we can collaborate. Share this. Okay. 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 Now, so these are inserts. So just showing you how you can insert things. And from there, we have a practical activity down there that you will lead us through, but will guide you how to, not assignment, but rather activity here, so that we can create 5 slides presentation. And from there, we will of course be sharing. So let's just understand how we will get what we want, what we will be doing by that time, and then in the last like 30 minutes we'll be able to do that together. So next thing is charts. Insert charts. So I'm at this point on this. Hope I've shared of you've seen it. So here on insert, you can insert a lot. You can insert tables. If you have diagrams, you can insert diagrams. If it is a process, something like a process, you go to diagrams, click on process, you'll see some previous some templates where you can start inserting what you want, and you can customize the way you want. If you want to insert, let's say, timelines, you can also do the same. Click on timelines and you'll see very nice designs that you can click. For example, if it is this one, you click on it, just scroll, click on it, it will show here. So you can be able to edit. These are timelines. So you can be able to edit and make very wonderful presentation. Everyone will be wondering, how are you able to create this with Google Slides? Someone might think that this is and these other tools like Canva, like Gamma, and so on. But it's purely Google Slide. Now, next is to insert a table. Table is usually inserted just that way. You just show what you want to insert. Then you can insert measurements. How many rows, how many columns. Charts, you can insert bar chart, you can insert pie chart, you can insert column charts. So let's say you insert a pie chart. It's telling you it's inserting. And then now, you're now inserting a pie chart. So once you have your pie chart, then you can be able to play around with it, but it's linked to some chart. So you can open source where this chart is. And then you can see now, this chart is automatically created by Google Slides. This is the source of your chart. The source of your chart. So you can be able to amend things here on this data, and then it will automatically update here and automatically update here. So that when you are presenting, you have no problem. The numbers are updated this side. So that your charts are not purely static that you have to create outside the Google Slides. Like you have to create in Excel and then bring them here. If your data is, you can have your data in Google Sheets. This is how now this integrates to Google Sheets. So you can amend things here and automatically they will update. When I make this, let's say 50, this team 1, 50, it will take like, let's give it 50 and see. Press enter. You can see this has shifted to 36%. Same thing will happen to this other one. So it should be linked. I will now update. Click on update. Automatically, it has updated a pie chart. Same case applies to other charts. So that's how we insert a chart. So insert a chart, and then you can even insert from sheets. If you have developed your fully charts in Google Sheets, you can bring them live. Let's create a chart and see how it works. So let me go here and create a new sheet .google.com. I think it's just Google Sheets, not sheets.google.com. And then click on blank spreadsheet. And then in my blank spreadsheet, I just put here some data. For example, gender. Gender, I can have male, female. And how many male? 60. How many female? 40. And then I want to create a chart. So in spreadsheet, in Google Sheets, for you to create a chart, you highlight the data. And then once you highlight the data, when you click on these these dots, you will see here icon for insert a chart. So just click on insert a chart here, and you will see automatically it has brought this. But you can customize that here on how you want this to look more better. So we are not going into customizing that. So you'll just have this chart here, and let's call this test chart. Let's call this test chart. So we will go to our presentation slide. So we want to insert that chart. So go to insert, go to pie chart, and go to insert chart, then go to from sheets. So click on from sheets. You will see all your sheets here, and select the sheet that you want. Select the sheet that you want, click on insert. You can see now it is telling you import chart, this, and then link it to spreadsheet, so that when you update here, it updates on the presentation also. So this is the chart you want. You click on it to get selected and click import. And now you have brought your chart straight from Sheets to your Google Slides. So it doesn't mean that you have to download your chart from this side for you to again from download for you to upload here. No, it can be able to be read in real time. Very useful. Very, very useful. So you can totally use Google Workspace apps and combine them, integrate them like this way. Yeah. So we have seen how to insert that. On the same, let's see how we can insert video in the slides. So you click on a new slide here, you'll be led to a new slide. And so let's see how we can insert a video here. So we go to insert, you'll see here video, click on video, YouTube. You can see you can insert a video from YouTube or you can upload yourself the video you want. Let's say we insert a video from YouTube. Search here, Google Google Workspace Beyond Data Beyond Data Statistics. Beyond Data. Our YouTube channel is called Beyond Data Statistics. Statistics Solutions. So we'll search and you'll see a lot of video from Beyond Data Statistics Solutions on Excel. And let's say we are purposely looking for a video that we recently updated. The videos we recently updated on digital skills. They here, they are kind of far away. Let me see if, yeah, so I have a number of videos here. So just checking for the last updates, the one we updated recently. I think they are called, let me say week 2, session 2, Google Workspace, Google Sheets. Let's see. So we will get a lot of recommendations, but if we check among these recommendations, we'll be able to see, let me see, that's not ours. Let me just call this way and then add Beyond Data ICT at the end. See, Beyond Data ICT, Beyond Data Statistics. Statistics by Beyond Data Statistics. Let's search that way. I see if I have improved my search. Let's see if we have improved our search. Oh, I have just remembered that those videos are not public. They are listed, but they are not public. So you cannot find them by search unless you have a link to it. So I think I have a link here. We have a link here, so you can be able to take a link from here. Yeah, so if you have a link, you will be able to access. But if you don't have a link, you cannot access. So let me take this. Just remember that. So that's why it's not being populated. You can see it's here now. So it's here. So you click on it and insert. So video will be inserted in a way that it can play right from the Google Sheets.
We are going to talk about,
And this is just a playback. So you can
talk about Google Sheets. Let me share
you
my
can
screen.
choose specific place where you want this video to start end, and you can actually do that. Where do I want it to start? Where do I want it to end? You can do it there. But now this way I already have my video. So when I go into presentation mode, full presentation mode, I am able to play my video from here. So I just click play.
Session today. Today we are going to talk about Google Sheets. we are going to.
And so that's how you create a video and embed it in Google Sheets right from YouTube. That's very useful. So you don't have to download the video from YouTube and again put it on your slide. You just need a link and easily access your video. That's video. That's video. And then now on now animation, transition. Let's see some transition again on our slides. So what does transition mean? That means that from this presentation to the next, to the next, to the next, how are they going to be transitioning? So you can see transition here. So you can choose how you want these slides to be transitioning. Maybe you want this to be gallery. Let's see gallery. How will it look like? Play. That's how gallery plays. And you can minimize the speed. You can set the speed on how this thing should do. You can see that's present. You can minimize, increase, and see if that suits you, then you can be able to go with it. That's how your presentation will be like. So suppose we put in full presentation mode. Let's close this and then put in full presentation mode and go forward and then come back. That's transition, not animation. So transition, that's for the elements. So let's again, that's transition. So let's see transition. Yeah, that's transition for this. Let's see, maybe we apply it to all slides and see how these things will be like when we enter into full presentation mode. You can see this means that your presentation will be moving this way and that way, and that's the end. That's the end. So you can do anything with Google's slides the way you want. If, for example, on this blank you want to insert here an animation here, let's take a stock image and maybe search for uh, maybe cat animation or dog animation. Let's see if we will get some videos. So it's actually searching from the web. Something went wrong. So let's just search this. Let's see if internet. So this will give us some this. So you can choose what you want. Let's say we are looking for, okay, maybe just this one, no problem. Just click on it. It will be here. Let's search for, let's say, teacher. Let's search for something like teacher, just anything, and see what will be the suggestions and what is the GIF that will come. Just looking for the GIF that will, so that we can see this GIF are not moving. Let me see. These are stickers. Okay. Let me see. What will this do? Yeah, I think it should be able to do something. So maybe my internet is a bit unstable. That's why it's taking a lot of time to load. Yeah, so that's how you can create that, and I think we'll see that once it's ready. And yeah, so we have seen a lot of things here. We have seen a number of things. I think my internet is not okay. can see some things are disabled, but there's no problem. So yeah, so I think we have covered a number. So for now I can say that you are able to create your own slides. So up to this point, I want you, Sharon, to maybe share your screen and create a presentation from scratch. But your presentation will have what? Your presentation will be not assignment but on the activity. Just call it My Digital Skills Journey. Create a 5-slider presentation. First, you need to have introduction. What have you learned so far? A favorite tool for the ones that you have learned, challenges that you've overcome, what you look forward to learn, and add at least one image, one chart, one animation. Let me share this in the WhatsApp group so that you can know what you're looking for as you share your screen. And we'll guide you from there. Okay, so let me stop sharing and allow you to share.
Emmanuel,
Yes. Hello.
I'm sorry I came in late.
Yes.
I
So
don't know
what
if I'll be able to do so.
are you having your laptop?
Yes.
So what we'll
I'm
do?
saying I don't know if I was not there from the beginning.
So we'll guide you. No problem.
So I don't.
I will
Okay.
guide you. No problem.
Okay.
So what you do is just to share your screen.
Okay.
All right. Now go to a new tab at the top. Open a new tab at the top. Go to the Google App Launcher and look for Google Slides. Or just type, just go to the App Launcher and locate Slides. Click on it. So if you have ever worked on slides, you'll be able to see the recent slides presentation that you have worked on. If you have never worked on, down there you will have no presentations to show. So you can see that one I have just shared with you today. So you have never worked on this
Okay.
before. So the same way we had for the Google Sheets, we have templates. So you can choose to start with the templates or start from scratch. From scratch means clicking blank presentation. I want you to click on blank presentation. And then from blank presentation, it will load. So once it loads, I think it's also a matter of network, so we'll wait until it completes loading. So the first thing we do once it loads is to rename our presentation. The renaming of a presentation, I want you to call it My Digital Skills Journey. My Digital Skills Journey.
Okay.
Once you are done, you click outside, you click on your slide inside in any place in your slide so that you exit the rename place. Once you are here, you give title to your presentation. The title of your presentation is My Digital Skills. journey. So you just type my digital skills journey.
Okay.
Then after that, a small description about you. So before you put a small description about you and I click to add subtitle, I want you to resize that
Mm-hmm.
my digital skills journey by clicking on, there is a dot down there, not that one in the middle, the dot in the middle, hover on the dot in the middle. Yeah, there is an arrow that has indicated there. Now hold on your left click and drag it upwards. Release. So you have resized, but like moved your digital skills title. But you can still move the entire thing to a different position the way you want by hovering on any line. You will see that four arrows. Four arrows will mean that when you
Yes.
left click, you can be able to reposition your heading in anywhere that you want. You can drag up, you can drag down by holding on the left click, and then you can reposition it the way you want.
Mm.
Next is click on add subtitle, click to add subtitle. There, I want you to say
Yeah.
presented by, you put your name. Presented by, you put your name. Alright, press enter, press enter. Type date and put full colon. And you will also put
Date
full,
in.
just type the word date. The word date, and then
Okay.
you'll put full colon and then you'll type the date. Also put full colon, will also put full colon after the presentation by, presented by. So put the date for today.
Okay.
Right? Now, I want you to go to after Sharon and press enter so that you can leave some space between date and presented by. Okay, so what you do, I want you to click, I want you to click Control A on your laptop. So Control A means you are selecting all. Then I want you to go to alignment. There's an icon for
Mm.
alignment on your, on the icons. These are the lines of icons that we have. From the one for changing color, A, we have B for bold, I for italic, U for underline, A for changing the font text color. Next is highlight. Next is link. Next is comment. Next is now alignment. So click on that drop down. There's a drop down there, that one. So there you can be able to change the kind of alignment that you want. So I want you to click on the center, the one at the center, to center the alignment.
This one.
No, the one above. Not the arrows.
This one.
Not the arrows. No,
This
after
one.
that. After that.
This one.
Yes. Click
Center.
on it. Yes. Center. Now, click outside that region on your slide. So it's not yet positioned the way you want, but you can of course resize and put it the way you want. It seems it went to the end. Can you press anywhere in that? No, press in, click anywhere near the presented by. Click anywhere near presented by.
Anyway,
Yeah, click there. Okay, you can
that is
see the alignment that is there yet. It's not yet compatible, but there's no problem. So you can choose there the alignment to, you can play around with it even later on. Now, next thing,
okay. Okay.
we want to change the background of your presentation. So to change the background, we can change the background by changing the background color, or
Yes.
by by inserting an image and sending it back.
Mm.
So for this
Mm.
case, let's insert an image. Do you have an image in your laptop? Your own image? If not,
Yes.
if you have,
Mm.
let's do that. So if you have, go to
Mm.
insert at the top after file, edit, view, insert, click image.
Should I click where specifically here, or
Yes,
I just go to insert?
you are go to insert. No, click
Okay.
outside.
Okay.
Just click outside so that you can get out of that region, editable region.
Okay.
Now go to
Okay.
insert. So insert, you'll be inserting an image. So go to image. Upload from computer. You can locate your image.
Mm. Or can we put the one that we downloaded the other time?
Yes,
The logo.
you just put the logo, no problem.
Mm.
Click open. However, the logo will not be good in the background. So just take that
Mm.
logo to the top right corner. So drag it using the left click, and then you drag after the four arrows, you drag to the top right, top right.
Top right.
Yes, drag at the top.
This way.
Now, point on the corner, on the left corner, left bottom corner. Point on the R, on the dot at the left bottom corner. Drag it to the top. Hold on left click, drag to the top, release. That's how you can resize your image to a smaller size without distorting its orientation. Now, I want you to go to insert again. We want to now insert an image from stock. We have seen how we can insert an image from computer. So go to image again.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Go to image and go
Yeah.
to stock. Stock and web. So you'll see some photos on your right. There is a new window that will open on your right. You can search for a video that you want, not a video but rather an image. So be based on your internet, it should be able to load and show you search icon, search space, where you can search an image that you want to insert. So depending on the speed of your internet, you'll do that. So you just click on search, and then you can type there maybe youths learning digital skills, and then it will suggest for you images that relates to your search. So I think your internet is also kind of not stable, because for now I think it should have reflected. You can refresh at the top. You can refresh the entire presentation at the top. Refresh
It's
the entire slide.
loading slowly.
Okay. Now, let's proceed. Now, the next thing, I think the first presentation is about introduction based on the
Yes.
activity. So this is about introduction. So my digital skills, journey, don't close, don't close, don't close, don't close, don't close, you've closed. So insert again.
Okay. You have said I search what?
Now, can you scroll that that scroll button or that scroll bar? Can you scroll the scroll bar? Do you see the scroll bar? The one, the vertical scroll
Yes.
bar, that big one.
Yes.
Can you scroll to the top? Scroll it to the top. So you're already at the top.
That's the end.
Okay. Do you
Yes.
want to see a search, stock and web? Is there a search place there?
This one.
There's no search there.
Yes.
There's no search. Is it searchable? I don't think. I don't know why it's not yet
No, no, no.
showing. Yeah, it should show so that you can be able to search. But for the purposes of this and time, just click on the image, the first image that you see there at the stock images. So click there. And so you will have inserted an image here. But now this image has come, but is preventing some information at the back. So you need to send this to the back so that it can be a background. So right click on this image. Right click on this image. You will see set image as background at the bottom. Set image as background. Click on it. This will set your image as background. But this is not enough yet because your message is not clear to the audience. Right? So,
Yes.
what you need to do, you need to insert a shape so that the first title can be in a color that can be readable. So you need to go to insert and insert a shape. Go to insert, shape, again shape. Click on the rounded corner rectangle, the second one, that one.
This one. Yes.
Yes. Now, I want you to draw it just at the top
Here.
from my digital skills to journey, but at the top of that wording, at the top there in that space.
There where I am.
Yes, start drawing from there. Hold on left click. Yeah. Make it bigger a little bit.
Can I release?
Downward, no, upwards. Yes, the upwards is okay. Upward is okay, then release. That's okay. Release.
That way.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, I want you to reposition that shape by moving it to the a little bit to the left. Carry it. No, not that way. Carry it by the 4. Not that way. By the 4. Not by one arrow, but 4 arrows. Not at the joint, but anywhere in the lines. Yes. Now, left click and
That
drag it to the left. Up to there. That's okay. Now, take your text and drag it also. My digital skills journey. Drag it to that shape. Click it first. And also go on the line and drag it to that shape. Now, next, I want you to send that shape to the back. You are okay? Just send that shape to the back.
Okay.
So click on the shape again. Then right click. I think here you'll have challenges on resizing. So go to arrange. Can you see arrange after on the file, edit, view, insert, not on the right click but on the navigation. Click on arrange.
Yes.
Oh, can you select the shape first? Select the shape first. The shape needs to be selected. Now go to arrange. Order. Send backward. Send backward. Again, repeat the same until you see the message. Again.
Or should it be forward?
Again is okay. No. Again. Just
Okay.
repeat what I tell you.
Okay. Okay.
Now you have your message in a readable manner. Now someone can know that this is about digital skills. Now you need to drag presented by Chelagat Sharon down to somewhere closer after it depends on the image. Drag that presented by Chelagat. Click on it first, then drag it with the 4 squares, the 4 arrows, and take it down below after the pens. Yeah, so the same thing also, you can put the shape, but that's okay. So that's how you create your first presentation. So you will need to put, this is now in the introduction part. You will need to, from the assignment, you will need to, this I will now leave it as your, is an activity, but is an assignment now. You will now write what you have learned so far in the next slide. You will click on the add symbol to add a new slide. That add symbol, add a new slide. So you'll write there, the title will be what you have learned so far. So you will tell us what have I learned there. Then you will write in the add text there what you have learned, the tools you have learned, the tools we taught you in the previous sessions. Then the next slide, you will also add a next slide. Favorite tool, mention one tool that is favorite so far from what we learned. Next is another slide, challenges you overcame from the learning. What you look forward to learn. You see? How many slides are this?
Yes.
1,
Yes.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
Yes.
What you look forward to learn. Then add images. You have already added an image there. So maybe you'll just add a chart and maybe some animation. So you will follow along this recording, and thereafter you will do the charts part and the animation on this any slide that you will have. So I want you to be as creative as possible. After this recording is shared with you,
Okay.
follow along
Okay.
and now do the mini presentation. So this is now the slide that you, once it's done, you'll share with me so that I can be able to review what you have able to learn for Google Slides. And then we meet for the next session and talk about Google Forms, which will be next week, Tuesday. Is that okay?
Okay. Okay.
Please also remember to work on the assignment we gave yesterday for the Google Sheets so
I'll
that it
do so.
can be
I'm sorry
finalized.
I didn't make it.
That's okay. That's okay. So work on it over the weekend and share
Okay.
with me so that we can be able to review
Okay.
in the next session.
Okay.
Otherwise, thank you so much for joining the session today, and I'm looking forward to having you again in the coming sessions.
Okay.
Have a nice evening ahead.
You too.
Okay, goodbye.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.